Recording has been started.
So, last we left off, you all had reconvened at the sort of family manor. Not manor, apartment. What am I talking about? Wrong area of the wrong world. You had reconvened at Ryunosuke's place, which he had taken over from the previous tenant, who is Miss Iris's lovely father. You were sent there with a singular goal and had managed to find about 3 more that you wanted to complete, and collecting a few more side quests along the way. As a result, some of you were thrown for a loop when half of the party ran out after a rumbling sound happened down the street that sounded a little bit too guttural to be a car engine. Even in this day and age where they are rare and far between, I would say it took you for a shock when 2 of them ran out and ended up in the park, trying to save Iris and Aster and 2 people that came back and you didn't recognize them. But they came back first. And it took the others a little while to get back. But Razz. I'm lumping in together the fucking groups of potential ships. God damn it.
Honestly, that is fine at this point.
No, it's not. Anyway.
But counter the gays.
There are a lot of them in this group.
But, Razz, how do you respond to seeing, in the early morning when you had just basically arrived for breakfast, trying to see when Iris would be heading out, you saw around, 11 in the morning, you saw Gina basically burst open the door, carrying an unconscious Arthur, sporting a new band of darkness around one arm, and being carried to a room with both of them going back and forth about what to do next. How do you react to that first?
Flipping out a little bit, for sure. So, are they currently by the door, or?
No, I'm just seeing how she would have reacted, because this is winding back a little bit.
Oh. She would have reacted trying to find some kind of magical way to heal him. Probably a lesser restoration or something like that. Because though magic is supposed to be limited here, that would be her first instinct.
I will say, as a result of that, Arthur, the pain that you would have felt for several days is knocked down to 1 day.
Okay.
But that is all that it does. It does not get rid of the marker on his arm. You do, later on in the day, as everything is starting to both wind down and happen again all at once, Lance shows up, and that is right before Arthur wakes up, and then the other 2 who had shown up briefly to take care of something with Aster should rush out at the sound of something guttural. It's not a car engine, but it sounds familiar. And you remind yourself, oh, that's the sound of a Gloom dragon. Fuck!
Oh!
And that's kind of when you were about to rush out as well, but they had already decided to, oh fuck, we gotta go now. our way back to the apartment. But the thing that caught you and stopped you the most was the sound of a blood-curdling scream of pain. That stopped after about a minute. And those three were back at the apartment. I will say it is not the next day yet, so you can ask questions as yourself. But there's a very stressed-looking Tsubasa, a very confused-looking Helia, Aster who looks vaguely pissed off, even who is trying to hide it. Arthur looks exhausted and vaguely in pain, though less so than he was in the previous session. And Lance, who probably looks worried and confused. Iris is not in the room immediately. What do you all do?
You mean aside from continuing to be stressed, yeah?
Yeah.
Aster is gonna get up out of a chair, just like the fucking. Here we go again.
Tsubasa's waiting by the door. He's not leaving, but he's not leaving the doorway either.
Aster, what are you doing?
So we've all heard the guttural scream and everything, and it's more or less things that happen. Or is this the new day?
This is not the new day.
This is later in. This is a little bit later after the last session.
Okay.
But didn't the guttural scream already happen?
Yes, I was recapping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why Tsubasa is over by the door, because he was about to bolt out before he was stopped. And now he's just lingering.
Are we going to go investigate that?
I think we ought to.
But we were told it's too late, but... Yeah, we should go investigate it.
You hear Ryunosuke from inside go, whatever it is, someone seems to have already met it with their own sort of investigation. Doing so recklessly is not going to help anybody. Get some rest, please. He sounds tired and worried, but relieved in the same measure.
Aster's gonna take off his jacket and just walk over. Hold this for me.
Alright. And gently takes it from you.
Now I got a reason to come back and be safe. Dad would kill me if I got blood on that.
I think he'd kill you for something else, but okay.
Nah, he's just as much as a dumbass. Okay, let's group vote this. In favor, raise your hand if you're in favor of at least checking the noise out.
Tsubasa immediately raises his hand. I want to at least make sure Vince is okay.
Okay, one hand up,
Razz twiddles her fingers.
2 hands up.
Lance also just raises his hand.
3 hands up.
I do have a bit of a thought.
Yep.
If we want to be like sly about it, I could wild shape and weasel up and check it out before. Try to be a little sneaky.
Well, I don't think we need to be sneaky. Or at the very least, it might be a little noisy over there.
Hold on. Arthur.
Hmm?
What's your vote for? Stay here or check it out?
Fucking wet kitten look from Tsubasa at Arthur.
Reluctant hand up.
Don't be peer pressured into raising your hand.
You already did it, so fuck off.
That's so bud.
Arthur's just
Helia?
like, I can't stand the puppy dog eyes.
I'm not gonna make the joke,
Why not?
because then I'll not.
Do it. I dare you.
No.
Coward.
Helia.
We just got back from running around. It wouldn't do anybody any good if we go out like this. Ryunosuke is right. We should be resting.
We got people injured in the other room with Iris. If you want to stay here, I'll ask you politely to make sure my sister and her friend stay safe.
I mean, we don't have to go for long or very far. Just see how things are going over there. It would just be a look, and then we'll come back. Especially if I can see Vince.
Yeah, the guy who told you to run.
Yeah, but that was just during the fight. Not. He didn't say I had to keep running.
Then go check it out if you feel so strongly about it. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying look at it logically.
Yeah, I know. It's just. I'm worried. I don't know if Vince has ever fought against anything like that before. I don't think he has. I'm still going to go look for him. See if I can find anything out.
So who's all going?
Arthur should probably honestly stay here.
Aster's gonna tag along because Missy's with them, with Vincent. So
Razz? Lance?
Lance is probably gonna tag along.
Razz as well, of course.
So Arthur and Helia are staying and making sure that anybody who's injured, including one of them, gets rest.
Yeah, even Tsubasa is going to be just like, please stay. I'm glad you agreed that we could go, but please actually stay.
Just hobbles off.
Arthur, just like, you don't have to fucking tell me twice, bye. Tsubasa just slowly going further outside. Listen, we've already got people Arthur on the Friday game.
Terrible. You leave that trio alone.
Never. Juliet got to experience a lot of the bullshit they did.
I don't think Peepaw would even come close to describing hell. Like,
Anyway, who's going?
Aster.
Tsubasa, Aster, Razz, and Lance.
Okay. So you all head out, and you start. The two lagging behind kind of don't know what's going on, or rather, why they should be so concerned if somebody rushed into the fray like that, even with such a painful-sounding scream. It can't be that bad, right? Not on this world, right? He was locked. How bad of a thing can be there to make someone, actually take a lot of damage? And the other two saw what was there. So you're a little bit faster in your footsteps, which makes the other two pick up the pace. And when you get there, it is a hauntingly serene, atmosphere. There's not even a den anymore. It just looks like a normal park. There's not even Vince's body. There's not even a shadow.
Tsubasa's going to bolt forward a little bit and... shit, what can I do? Because he wants to investigate the area. He wants to see if he can find any sort of clues. And it does not look like I've got any spells or anything.
You could just roll investigation like a sane person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do with my fucking... Now, it's just a 7. I've only got +3 to my investigation.
You are currently too panicked from having heard Vince's scream to even start to look in the right places. But you are trying your best to look.
Can I
So you
try?
are just rushing around.
Can I
Aster's
try
gonna-
Can I try detect thoughts after Aster's thing?
Aster's gonna come up and kind of put his hands on Ross's shoulders, cast guidance, and go, calm down. Again. Closer.
So can I roll investigation again?
Yeah. And add D4.
Add a d4. Might not need the d4, but here we go. So 19 for a step investigation.
As you're told to take a breath, calm down, look again. It's hard to do at first as the anxious person that you are, but the first thing that you notice is that the area looks like it has been cleaned up. Like it looks like it's supposed to be the way that it is right now. Not like it just happened less than 30 minutes ago. It looks like it's a park and not a scene of a battle.
Someone cleaned up. Or did the fight even happen in the first place? Tsubasa is going to try to detect thoughts, and he is specifically going to try to detect Vince's thoughts.
So, normally when you use detect thoughts, you're detecting the thoughts of a living creature, or at least a sentient one. When you aim detect thoughts for a person you can't see, normally what happens is that it ricochets off of the people that are in the vicinity. And what happens is that it gets stuck, kind of like it got ensnared into a web. And the thoughts that you hear are not Vincent's, but something else's. That kid's going to be the death of all of us one of these days, Ritsuki. What am I supposed to do with him?
Ritsuki?
Just Tsubasa say that out loud.
If I did say that correct, yeah?
Ritsuki, yeah.
Yeah. Tsubasa does say that out loud, and just a moment of confusion as he's looking around. Just, Ritsuki?
Son of a cunt. Okay. Hey, Lance.
Yeah.
Come here.
Something
Razz.
wrong?
Aye.
Either you know how to detect darkness.
No. I can locate an object or an animal.
If it counts as magic, I could.
Yeah, go ahead and try.
Lance is going to cast Detect Magic.
So, the thing that you're trying to detect is not magic. The thing that it holds, however, is magic. Pure, unfiltered magic. And that's what pings in your immediate vicinity. It's not a person that you detect. It is magic. Which confuses you. Because that magic is in the shape of a person. But that's not how being a person works. You are part magic because you use mana. And it just spirals into that confusing loop of, that doesn't make any sense.
Lance?
You can see, there is a physical, buffering.
And Lance,
Yes.
you hear this a split second before the rest of your troop does. Well now, looks like you need some help from a ringmaster.
Ooh,
Tsubasa's immediately just like, who said that? Where are they? Who's there?
They're... Well, they're definitely not a foe. I wouldn't call them a friend.
Friend, foe, what does it matter? I'm on the winning side.
Who are you?
Then show your fucking face.
Manners, manners. Manners
These are
make
my
it man. And you have poor manners, son.
Tsubasa is going to put a hand on Aster's arm, just like, let's not, when we can't even see him.
Is it a him? Or is it? Are we gonna have a whole? Are we gonna have the whole? That's a lady kind of vibe. What's happening?
And stepping out near Lance, kind of from behind him, kind of almost rising from the shadows of the nighttime sky itself. Spindly hands wrap around his shoulders and then rest a chin on top of his horned head and just, hey. As you see a over 7.5 foot tall, like, ringmaster, for lack of a better term. Looks like they just walked out of a circus tent. And just goes, hello, darlings. I've been watching you for some time now. No thanks to my little friend here. What was that, Kuri?
Aster made a joke.
What was the joke?
He says, you've been watching us for a while. He said, should we get a restraining order?
Tsubasa does laugh at that. Just
You can certainly try. Good luck having a restraining order on something that doesn't exist anymore.
That's not unique.
Exactly. It makes it harder to persist after.
okay. This
Regardless.
still is leaving the question of who are you?
I'm the ringmaster, and this little one's friend. Isn't that right, Lance?
What is he?
After all, it's not like you consider any of these ones your friends yet, right?
Lance does kind of like. There's an almost like for a flicker of a second. There's a shift in his expression, and then it's just carefree again. Just, oh, come on. Carefree and confused. Just... Same difference. whatever.
Regardless. Seems like you're searching for someone.
What's it?
Still from behind Lance, kind of leaning against him.
Tsubasa is very warily staring at this ringmaster. And just... Depends. Do you know where they are?
How far does one have to dig to bury a body still breathing, I wonder?
That's not what I'm asking.
Oh, it's what I'm asking you! Because you're chasing the wrong tail.
Are we chasing the ass's tail or with the donkey's tail?
I'm looking for Vince.
Vince. Ah, yes, another player in the circus troupe. Yes, I think he's still with your shadow. The one that you forfeited the right of. Staring at, Aster.
Aster kind of just stares and goes, okay.
So find your shadow and maybe you'll be a little more well off. But I'd measure your beats if you would. Tick-tock. And disappears into smoke and ashes, essentially.
Fucking Aster gets to see Tsubasa immediately fucking 0 to 100, but not quite running off just yet.
Fucking... That felt like... Lance, I mean, no offense to you, that felt like a villain I would see in like an Owlbear comic.
Yeah. Huh?
Aster, you can sense where Missy is, yeah?
Yeah, I can, but she's not the one he asked me to talk to. I put Missy as a placeholder. I did something else after. It's working on it.
Aster, what did you do?
Working on it.
Aster?
And he's going to ignore everybody else, kind of kneel down and put his hand on his own shadow and try and hang the affecting his shadow, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Make an Arcana roll for me.
Can I assist with Bardic Inspiration? Can I assist with Bardic Inspiration?
I don't think Bardic Inspiration is gonna help with this.
No, it's fucking not.
I will say there's no real way to lose this roll, it just makes it harder. So you know that they're still in this area, you just can't see them.
Can Tsubasa assist? Or...
No.
Damn.
Wait, with the is that what the detect magic detected?
You don't know.
Well, is the magic in the shape of a person still there?
Yes.
Aster, which...
Around whereabouts is it?
Well, we don't even know where Aster's thing is either.
It is somewhere north of you. Of both of you.
You completely cut out what?
It is somewhere north of you.
So, yeah. Is anyone going to point it out?
Lance is gonna point it out, start trying to walk closer to it.
Tsubasa's just going to straight up move closer to it as well. Just slips around Aster and borderline bolting, trying to find Vince.
Make an investigation check.
Please work. God damn it. 9.
You're still too panicked.
Quick, we need the power of Cayde again.
Can I make an investigation check?
Yes.
I believe.
You fucking believed!
Hey!
So that's a nat 20.
So, here's the fun thing about that roll.
Oh boy.
You realize that the shape of a person is in the form of magic is to the north and a little bit to the left. But then as you turn to face it, you see a massive fucking construct of metal and cloth and steel.
Aster?
Yeah. I got it. Hold on. And he's gonna walk a bit close, like brazenly. Marco.
What do you want me to say in this manner, Polo? No, bitch. Like, to your face.
You keep your end of the deal?
For what you forfeited? Yes.
Good.
And it occurs to you that your detect magic was kind of failing and kind of not. It was supposed to be confusing on purpose, Lance, as you realize this knight has been concealing the location to everything. Not just you, but anything that could be considered detection magic, divination of any kind, was being blocked or reconfigured as it was happening. As you see a tuft of purple hair inside of a hood, as he seems to kneel down in front of a tree stump next to him and pick up a not limp like dead body, but limp as in unconscious, and looks worse for wear, but not dead.
So not dead, but dead weight.
Yes.
Vince?
Give him here.
very, very gently, for someone who is usually so abrasive, gently sets the dead weight of a revenant in your arms.
Tsubasa's looking Vince over. Fucking gonna roll a medicine check for this.
Okay.
12. Is he at least still alive? Or breathe? Well,
Not breathing.
right, he's a revenant. He's not going to be breathing. Is there any sign that he will come back awake?
In this moment, the only assurance that you have that he's okay is the others not panicking. Or at least Aster is not panicking. He seems to know more than what he's letting on.
Aster, what's going on?
Aster,
Yes.
you can tell that if someone used healing magic on him in this instance, it would kill him. Because he is an undead. If you use healing magic or even a potion on something like that, it hurts them.
One moment. A revenant counts as an undead, yeah?
Yes.
I am going to... Where is it? I am going to cast Animate Dead.
What is your intent behind this?
To sort of stabilize the revenant.
So, usually when you do animate dead, this is a thing that you have practiced in your spare time, not being able to fully commit to it as a sort of, do I want to step that far? But in this instance, you don't care. It's not about stepping too far, it's about not doing enough. And you find yourself stitching together what is left inside his chest. And it was weak, but it is a heartbeat.
The moment he feels the heartbeat, he is going to... use mending.
And within barely an instant between mending and his eyes flickering open, he goes and like sits up fully.
Sits up fully and then immediately has Tsubasa's arms around him.
Take him if you're going to grab him.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
Hi.
And then looks up. What the fuck?
Don't worry about him. He is the least of your worries right now.
I'm exhausted.
Hey, Vince.
Yeah?
I know.
That's very vague.
Aster does that
I got
sometimes.
you breathing, bud. I know.
It takes him a moment to register what you're saying. And then he just grits his teeth. And because of the lingering magic from the animate dead, that weak pulse flickers and burns brighter. Sort of in anger, lingering.
It ain't my story to tell, but it better be told by the time we get back to the house. I gotta... Tsubasa, take him back to the others. Razz and Lance might be able to help stabilize him further. Just don't use any healing spells. I gotta keep my end of the bargain.
Are you going to be alright too, Aster?
Cocky smile. I'm Aster. I'll be fine.
You say that.
Hey, I'm a herald. We're built tough, like Ford.
No.
No,
Don't make Ford canon.
don't do it to us.
It's already done.
Fuck.
I've already made Honda's canon because we've been pressing Honda Civics.
Tsubasa is going to squint long and hard at Aster. And can I roll an insight on him?
Roll counter deception.
Go ahead and roll, you two.
Alright. 17 beats 13.
So I won't say that you have to reveal everything, but in this moment, you have to choose one thing that he would see.
Aster never mentioned a bargain until this moment. He made a bargain with the big boy over there to ensure Vincent's safety.
So after a few minutes, after a moment or two, Tsubasa is going to just... You're going to have to explain too, before he starts leading Vince away.
Aster gives a bow.
What was that?
Aster gives a bow of like, yes, sir.
Alright then. Yeah, Tsubasa starts taking Vince back to their base of operations. Now I'm assuming at this point, good idea to mute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As they start to leave Aster, you turn back to your shadow. And this is the first time you've noticed just how big and tall he is. And he's...
Shadow, you look like my aunt.
You mean the same aunt who was deathly terrified of me becoming a knight?
Yeah, very same.
Do you remember who I am?
Hard to forget. Your family.
Yeah, family. Maybe Ritsuki will be able to call me that once in a blue moon after all this is over. And starts to sink back into where he would normally reside within your shadow.
He stops him.
Mm.
I still owe you.
No. I'll take the backlash, but you don't. This was the life of a child. I should have acted sooner.
You couldn't have.
Says who? I'm not connected to you by pact. I'm the one keeping your pact from lifting.
Then let's make a new one.
I don't think you want that with me.
Tsubasa walked away happy. Lance and Razz are content. I don't know what the fuck I owe to somebody else. But I didn't make that deal. I like to know my deals.
You are a child of the Heralds. No deal could ever bind you.
Hey, put some respect on my mama's name.
I do. That's why I say it. And he does reach out for a moment as if to pull you into a semi-decent hug, and then pulls his hand back.
Hey Raz,
Yeah.
your notifications are being picked up.
Sorry.
I was just like, I thought that was my phone this entire time. But Aster just kind of lets it happen, aware of what was going on, but does not look.
Take care of yourself, son. Ritsuki would kill me if you didn't.
She'd kill me if I didn't. She's the kind of lady that would bring her own son back from the dead just to kill her herself.
That much is true. Oh, and by the way, in exchange for an exchange, if you do want to make a pact with me, name's Apollo. I don't make unfair trades. Aster, what do you do?
Takes a deep breath in, collects himself, and then goes, wait, where the fuck is Missy?
You're a little heartless with a bow tie, yes?
Yeah, Missy.
And he holds up one end of the cloak where Missy has been, like, tucked away to sleep. And is just snoozing. Just snoozling.
He's gonna pick her up gently and just kind of open the jacket. Well, no, his jacket isn't on, so he has to. So what most people don't see is what is more or less the undercoat is just the collection of Heartless kind of resting as it absorbs into what would kind of be an undercoat or vest type deal.
Mm-hmm. You're a
Follow.
good kid.
Follow.
What?
Make you a deal. Right here, right now. Start the contract, but not sign it yet. Exchange for exchange, yeah?
Yeah. What is it that you want from me?
He holds up his left hand specifically and kind of reaches out to whatever is currently in the sky. The moon, the stars, or the sun, whatever may be up there. I want power.
That's a dangerous game.
Can't explain, but it feels like every time I've had power, I've been attached. I think I'm sick of the rules.
Then break them.
Call me avarice then, because I'm greedy for power. And I'll make this one phrase to you. If it ever happens, whether by my own hand or someone else's, our deal will be made. Okay?
Alright.
And I want to text you what Aster says next.
Okay.
after saying that, Aster kind of gives him a finger gun salute. Told you I need power.
That's all you hear from Apollo as you blink and that colossus of a knight is gone.
Aster's gonna walk back, chuckling and giggling to himself. And to anybody that would hear it, it almost sounds sinister.
It is going to get a look from Tsubasa. It's just like, is everything alright?
Oh, I'm perfect. I'm Aster after all.
I mean, that's true. But let's hurry back before the others get worried.
Yeah.
Let Vince get some rest too. Excuse me.
So you all head inside for rest of some kind. Vince kind of pushes away from you, Tsubasa, seemingly having recovered a little faster than a normal person should. And the entire way back, he's been trying to find the right words, but you kind of get the gist of it. What Jonah told you is both true and not true. He did die, but he didn't die. Not in the sense that everybody believes. He still has most of his heart. It's just that the pieces that came filtering back in weren't exactly in the right order. And he is fueled primarily with rage. He has a purpose, a goal, and his reasoning for existence is to get his friend back. His real friend, not the one who's standing right beside him. Oh, and by the way, he speaks up as he steps inside. There was a little... I'm not sure if it's a dream eater or a nightmare, but it kept wanting to fight with me, and it reminded me of you. And out of his, like, half coattail coat and half, like, duster, he takes out a little tiny ball of, like, mewling fear, but also I will bite you energy.
Oh. Is it directed at Vince right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tsubasa just, for a moment, like, you can hear the quiet gasp that comes out of him when Vince pulls out the kitten, as he just... What had been lingering behind before quickly gets close as he just goes up to take a look at the kitten. Just, it's tiny.
Dude. Razz almost, like, falls trying to get through this door as soon as she hears the rage. Hello?
Mewling rage.
Tsubasa does gently reach out to take the kitten and just sort of tucks it up against his chest.
The me.
You're okay.
I have a question. As a druid,
Yeah.
do I understand what it's trying to say?
Yes.
Please inform us, what is this tiny child screaming?
Please let it be nothing but cuss words. Please let it be nothing but cuss words.
No. It's unhand me, you scoundrel! Unhand me! Unhand me! Ah!
Oh, you
And-
are being so handed right now.
And as this tiny thing is going, unhand me, you scoundrel! Tsubasa just reaches up and gives a little scratch behind the ear.
Bite.
Ow. No biting.
It's
That's-
like, it's literally the kitten bite of I wish to bite you. I have no sharp teeth yet.
Yeah, so that ow was entirely just... Ow.
And then
What
just
is
a me.
What is your name? You evil little creature. She sighs with delight.
It's just a baby! How can it be an evil little creature?
And then just the proud huff of me. Of I am the lead evil little creature.
Yes. It's fearsome. So scary. She tries to give him a little scritch too.
And then just bite.
She just lets him gnaw.
Tsubasa's actually going to reach over and just tap the nose a little bit.
Then just a me. Me.
No biting. It's rude.
Then just a huff. And being floopy for a bit.
The angry floof. Tsubasa is going to try to give him a little scritch again. The gentlest of scritches for the tiniest of babies.
Which, by the way, I want you guys to understand, I used a Pokemon Fusion reference for this. And I'm gonna show it in the chat.
Was it the spoiler image?
No.
Oh, it's a baby.
No, but you should totally check that out.
Oh, the baby! It's a baby!
It is a baby, and Tsubasa is holding it so carefully, but is not letting it wiggle out of his grip.
You say that as if you could, like, decidedly not allow it. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, and it
And
goes the
then-
other way.
Then, as a result of the question of what is your name, you evil little creature, it goes, what's a name?
What are you? That's what a name is.
Well, no, name's not what you are, it's who you are.
What are you, a cop?
This little creature wants to know if you're a cop, Tsubasa.
I'm a student.
Cop.
I'm not a cop. Just because I follow the
cop
rules
would
more
say.
than you guys do doesn't make me a cop.
Well, you're a
Sounds
narc.
like a.
You are not helping right now, Arthur.
Sounds like something a cop would say.
You know what? No, I don't have to be in this conversation. And he just starts walking away with the baby.
Maybe we should try good cop, cool cop.
That's not how that works.
I think it is. I think it ought to be.
No. Look, if it doesn't have a name, we should probably come up with a name for it anyways. It, him, her. Tsubasa does just sort of hold the Dream Eater in front of him. Is just like, do you have a preference?
What's that?
Tsubasa doesn't speak Druid, so we've just got two of them staring at each other in confusion now.
You have one of the back paws on your nose.
Alright then. I'm tempted
Just
to call
tap,
you...
tap, 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 tap.
Tsubasa's letting it happen. He's not moving the baby away or anything. It's just staring straight at it. I am tempted to call you Trouble.
Me.
Razz, what did it say?
Razz, you heard the I am trouble. I know this. Rumph.
Yeah.
I guess your name's Trouble then.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
Tsubasa's just like, no shit, it makes sense.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the tip tap tap tip tap 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 on your face. They're just like, let go, unhand me.
I'm gonna
Tsubasa's
like
just
this
going
guy.
to just going to hold the baby against his chest again.
This is gonna be a funny thing, and I think everybody's going to realize just how much trouble's going to be. Say he's going to literally try to bite at your nip.
Immediately pulled away, just like, excuse me! Excuse me! Excuse you! No! No!
What, is it still weaning?
It tried to bite me! On the chest! And a spot I
is-
did not want to be bitten!
Maybe it still needs to be weaned?
Razz is laughing so hard she is crying.
The offense. Just like, I don't know if it well, I mean, I guess it's small enough it probably would still be drinking milk, maybe. Aster? Aster, help.
What's up?
Tsubasa's going to hold out the itty bitty dream eater that is probably trying to bite his finger still.
Walks over. Scruff spot. Come here.
There's the Then just the pathetic kitten kicks of just like, no.
Don't be too rough with Trouble.
You named him Truffle. I think... Nope. Comment to myself. Hey. Like, snaps and points at the Dream Eater. I know you fucking understand me.
Tries to bite the tip of your finger, Aster.
Just lets it happen.
Continues to nom.
Maybe they really do need to be weaned?
No. Let me try this. Reaches into his back pocket. Pulls out some of Toro's snacks. You want food?
Just the big old cat eyes.
How long have you had those?
The entire time.
Alright.
Then just the grabby paws.
No more biting and you can have the treat, okay?
Pause and grabby pause. Just the bribery.
Now wait a minute.
It's the same energy as Mom put a pill in this. And then just gently reaches out to grabby paws again.
Yeah, no. Tsubasa's going to give the baby the treat. And then just give it a little scritch on the chin.
You ever heard an angry cat mewl? Just like...
Yes. Yes, I have.
That's what's happening right now.
Just like, okay, you're mad. But you got something that tastes good, too.
Is the
Even angrier.
Just keep them fed, and they'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm going back to my chair.
Thank you, Aster.
Gives a notable look at Vince, and then goes back to his chair. Nope.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys doing for the night?
Getting some rest and being depressed.
At some point, I'd like to just approach Lance for a moment.
Lance has probably been spending like most of the night not resting, just chatting with the boyfriend.
Of course.
Of course.
Tsubasa's just being busy being sad because he's taking care of the baby, but Vince also still, says that he's not his friend. I'm good.
So what do you want to do, Razz?
Oh, I was just gonna I guess she's gonna take like a seat beside him and just kind of the ringmaster guy.
Like, again, there's that flicker of an expression.
Make an
across his
insight
face.
check, Razz.
Aye, Captain.
And if you're trying to actively hide it, Lance, roll deception.
Deception.
No.
I take it that Lance won.
Yeah.
So you do see the flicker of an expression. You don't know what it represents, man, in this moment.
Okay.
So yeah, what exactly do you want to talk about him then?
He just,
I don't think it matters.
I don't know. Are you okay after that?
Jury's still out.
I don't want to like force you to talk about it, but if you ever want to, I mean, I could keep some secrets.
So can I, trust me.
I'm sure you can. she gives him like a little pat.
I've been on the phone with you've been talking to Killian for a good while now, but it's been through that filter and lens of you can't make out color because you are in an era where the first phones with color are like centuries off. But you do have basically like access to talking to him because of world order and whatnot. And you hear him go, "I'm sorry, the fucking what?"
Yeah, we're going through a tunnel. I'll talk to you later. And just hangs up.
No, don't you! And it hangs up.
Just yeah, this is a real shady tunnel, Lance.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Another secret to keep, perhaps. But I could tell you don't want to tell me about Mr. Man, Mr. Funky Hat, but he did say something. We are your friends, right?
for a moment, that like it seems to stretch on into an eternity. Lance doesn't actually respond, and then just a quiet. I'd like to think so.
I think I thought so too. I think so. I know there's a lot we have to learn about all of us, but I don't know if that guy thing Top Hat has known you for so long and he said that. I just was hoping we were. I was almost sure we were. I was sure. I am sure. Not was, am. I am sure. We are friends. Okay. All right. Okay.
Is that a threat?
Yeah.
Do you head to bed?
Probably sit up with Lance for a while if he's awake.
Lance might take another half an hour to an hour before going to bed.
So, though it was uneventful for a bit, most of you have some measure of trouble sleeping. Nothing happens during the night aside from people getting up to talk to one another about what happened or catching up and making sure that anybody who was involved in the fray gets enough sleep. But the one person who stays up throughout the entire night and doesn't seem affected is Vince. And he seems vigilant, on guard. Not resisting sleep, more so than he seems like he doesn't need it. And from what he explained, that makes sense. He doesn't seem to need much of anything anymore, other than bloodshed. And he seems to hate that about himself the most. But regardless, you'd all at some point the next morning wake up. And from your various points and positions around the apartment that you have been granted safe haven from, all of your communicators light up around 9:35 in the morning. Just incessantly ringing and ringing and ringing until one of you answers it. Do any of you do?
Tsubasa will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then you hear a familiar voice for those who answered the phone, which stops it for all of you. But only the people who pick up answer, or hear this side of the phone. And he goes, "So, not to alarm you, but what the fuck just happened?" And you recognize this voice. It's the commander of the Space Station D. The one that is literally house and home dedicated to protecting the locked worlds. So, you guys causing a fuss, you realize the only reason that you weren't interrupted mid-combat or running is because it's up on a relay system. Meaning it took a while to get any information back. And so Augustus, the commander of that station, among many other ones, is currently questioning what the fuck just happened.
It's kind of a long story.
Well, fucking start talking. Otherwise, I am going to pull you out of this mission and report to the HQ that you are not fit for this.
He does look over at Tsubasa does look over at Aster because Sue doesn't have the full story. Just Aster, you were there the entire time, yeah?
Yep.
And at this point, he does wander over with his phone and just, could you explain to Commander Gus about what happened last night?
Hey, Gus.
Yep.
We handled it.
That's not what he's asking!
No. I have actual faith in you kids. Did you handle it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's handled. We did handle it.
Can I get a rundown so I have an idea of what to look for next? In fact, you know what? Here. And there's a ping on all of your communicators as you all start to unfortunately rouse, and including the rest of the house who's not used to hearing phone signals.
Fucking waking up just like, what is that noise?
Yeah. There's a ping on all of your communicators that basically says, return to Alpha. Basically, return to base.
I guess we're heading back to the base for a bit.
You don't have to, he clarifies. I don't expect you to come back immediately, but at this point in the journey that you're taking, for the nobility, yes, I do know about it. It's part of my repertoire to know about it. For what you're doing, this will be the last chance you have to take a break and check up on what you need to check up on. So, if you would like to continue, ignore the return to Alpha and continue on your way. Otherwise, return to the ship and we will see what we can do. And then the communicator goes silent. With that still, like, faint ping off and on of returning to ship going.
Oh, well... Is everyone on the map up and in the room at the moment?
The ones who are in the other room are still in the other room, but you hear them, like, awake.
Okay. Tsubasa does...
Currently,
Oh, sorry.
Currently, the ones who are out of the other rooms are out of the other rooms and with you guys.
Okay. Yeah, Tsubasa does glance around at the others and just... well... Do you guys want to head back for a little bit? Or do we just want to stay here and continue?
I say let's go back for a bit.
I agree.
Couldn't hurt.
Alright then, we'll head back.
Let's hear everybody's response too. Helia?
Don't have an opinion one way or the other right now.
Alright.
What about Razz?
If there is stuff you gotta do, we can handle it. But otherwise, I'm good either way.
Well, we can check up on Lex and, maybe report the Heartless and Glooms we found here? I don't think they're supposed to be on a locked world like this.
Definitely not.
So, I mean... I guess that's kind of already going to get explained when we explain things to Gus.
So what do you guys do?
Seems like we're gonna head back to Alpha.
All right. So at first you realize you don't really know how this works. This is your first foray into basically how to handle yourself on a proper mission. You never really asked Alex how that shit works because you didn't want him on it in the first place. But you realize he probably would have been the person to ask about this. Yikes. And then you just press the button, and there's like, it's not even a flash of light, it's like you reflexively blink, and you're in the space station again. For all of you.
Yeah. The fuck?
Well, this makes things easier.
You also notice you're down Iris, as if she rejected the command.
Well, it would make sense that she'd want to stay.
And then towards the back of the hangar where you are situated, you see Gus, a 5'10" individual with black hair and markings across his face of like, almost like they're fractures or Lichtenberg scars that were a little bit wrong. And they crisscross across his face and across his exposed arms and skin. He has joked before when you first got here that he might just be an android, he just doesn't know about it, which was a joke that fell kind of flat on deaf ears at first. Because you all were pretty nervous. But he had made the attempt, shrugged it off, and continued explaining your arrival. And now he's standing there again in lab coat and looks like he just woke up. If he didn't sleep at all, it's probably more likely that he didn't sleep. And he has his hair tied back, which is normally, when you saw him the first time, it was down and loose and, like, not well kept, but kept in that manner of he looked in his position of a researcher and a commander. So stressed and worried constantly. So he's just like, okay, give me a debrief. Come on. No one's really here right now, so no one's going to overhear if you sound insane.
Well, I'm not sure how else to say it other than we've encountered Heartless and Gloom there.
Well, yeah. I kind of saw that on the readings, which is why I said, what the fuck?
There was a massive swarm of them.
And the pod of Gloom.
That's no good. You want to report that yourselves, or do you want me to?
Let's finish the mission before we go and report anything, because it might have been a flux.
But
if that's your decision.
Aster, at the same time, it might not have been.
The part of the whole reason there was a pod was because someone was in it.
Yeah, but was it? It just doesn't feel right to me. Something is off about this situation.
Well, how about you all take a breather for a moment? A real one, and not just being in clothes that seem to still be designating you as part of the world. Let's get that deactivated and you guys rest up in proper bed chambers.
Alright.
I can send you immediately to the Royal Kingdom of Light if that's easier for you. And you would always have access to simply come here when you need to just resume your mission.
I don't have anything against that.
So you don't have to take the long 3-day trip that everybody hates. You'll just take some time to get used to. But yes, and he starts to walk towards the stairs in the distance. He goes, well, you can always just step into the transporter and think of where you'd like to go. It's a bit shoddy, but it would still work.
How would we get back?
You would go to Base Alpha again.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
So just go into the center and then we'd be teleported.
Yep, wherever you believe you wanted to go.
Aster is just going to calmly walk forward, go, am I dumb for attempting this before you guys get like a vibe off of it? Maybe. But let's go check on the dumbass. And then he's gonna step in there and focus on Lex.
I mean, at least we had the same thought.
So, Aster, you're the first person who steps onto the transporter. And you think of Lex. At first, something goes wrong. There's an echo in your mind of error, error, error. Location not found. 3 locations found.
Oh. Fuck.
Do you step out?
No.
It feels like agony. Like, there's not even a word choice that would be apt for how you feel. And there is a feeling like something is piercing through your chest. Almost like a lingering... Damn it. Like a lingering will.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I was waiting for it.
And then it stops as you disappear. What does everybody else do as, for a moment, he seemed to be in pain?
Concern?
The solution is to follow suit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, even Tsubasa's just like, well, there's not really much else we can do.
So what do you guys actually think of as you're traveling through? Do you think of Lex, or do you think of the room, or the Magic Kingdom, or the Royal Kingdom of Light? What do you think of?
Like, out of character, I know, it probably wouldn't be the greatest idea to just think of Lex. Tsubasa, on the other hand, he just thinks of Lex.
Tsubasa. So everybody who just thinks of Lex gets that same echo of error. Location not found. 3 locations found. Error. And then that feeling of pain and agony. But it fades almost immediately as you all disappear and are in front of that room. Yeah, I think you all have to take a breath when you get there.
Yeah, Tsubasa just ends up leaning against the wall, just like, I'm not the only one who felt that, am I?
No. Question. Can Arthur get a feeling of where generally they could have been those points? 2 of them being...
Me? You bitch.
He's got the same thing. Can Aster do the same?
Yes, both of you roll Arcana for me.
Hold on.
Should I
One of
join
us-
in, just for the shits and giggles?
I have a question.
Yeah?
Cayde, what's your Arcana?
It is 5.
Can I give him help?
How? How would you help?
Be like, what the fuck was that? So you felt it too. Let's try and pinpoint this together since we both know what the fuck that feeling's like.
So
Perhaps.
encouragement, basically.
Option B is just guidance.
You can give advantage, yes.
Okay, that was neat.
Alright.
Hey,
Oh.
teamwork.
So you recognize two of the locations. One of them is in the Royal Kingdom of Light, though seems to be leaving or in the process of leaving. The other one is, of course, in the Dark Realm, which seems flickering but burning bright. The other one surprises you, because it shouldn't be there in that manner. Because it is also burning bright, but in a completely different way, because it is in Quadratum.
Oh shit.
By the way, can Tsubasa just sort of like check to make sure he's alright after, suddenly immense pain?
You can.
What do I roll for that?
Medicine?
I guess. No. I'm just not doing good with the rolls tonight. Can I try it with Arcana?
Sure.
Of fucking course. 18.
You don't know what it was, but you know it had something to do with the fact that you had targeted Lex rather than a general location.
Okay. So just one of those things of just like Arthur and Aster doing their own thing, Tsubasa just fucking in the background. Maybe we shouldn't have thought of just Lex.
Wait,
No,
where
I
was-
c-
wait,
One of them's leaving.
question. What was the what was the location's name again? Like the exact location's name?
Royal Kingdom of Light, Dark Realm, and Quadratum.
Thank you.
So the realm of light, the realm of darkness, and unreality. Beautiful.
Tsubasa just over here, just like, all right, I'm still in one piece at least. It just hurt. Wait, you said one of them's leaving?
Yeah.
Which one?
What do you think?
Probably the one we personally know.
Okay, fair. They are outside his room, yeah?
I'm putting you on the board.
Okay. Because Tsubasa's just going to knock on the door.
As for like the rest of us. So do we have to think of a particular place or person, like, and keep that thing in mind when we go through the teleporter?
You get the look of thinking of like it's the look of you do what you think you need to do to get to the location. But he does seem worried that they showed pain going through it, like it's the first time that's happened.
Just that's not supposed to happen. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh my god.
But do you step through?
Yes, and for like the briefest of moments, Lance's thoughts are not on Lex or the Kingdom of Light. It's on the conversation that was had last night about the Ringmaster, and then everything that was being felt at that moment.
If it's just for a brief moment, it doesn't affect the teleportation. But do you think of Lex, or do you think of the Royal Kingdom of Light?
Royal Kingdom of Light.
Ah, he has somewhat of a brain cell.
Unlike the rest of you! Anyway,
That's in our favor.
You can find
So,
that
Razz-
put it in.
so Razz and Helia, what are you doing?
I saw them in pain. Helia's got a big brain. I am following her lead on this.
What is she saying? The Royal Kingdom of Light for all three of you?
Well, I hadn't said anything yet, and Razz said she was going to follow Helia's lead.
Yeah, I don't know what Helia's doing, but I know that she is usually like others were in pain. Helia is smart.
Razz is hoping Helia has the brain cell.
Yeah. Razz is like, please. Please.
Helia is squinting at the machine right now, and somewhat, I guess, because he didn't really answer the question Lance asked.
He did not. He seemed worried that he didn't answer.
I mean, it was an answer.
But Lance went through fine, yeah?
Mm-hmm. No show of pain.
So, Helia's going to look at what was his name? Gus?
Mm-hmm.
Gus, and go, so you didn't answer Lance's question, really.
I don't even remember what it was. I was too busy giggling over the fact that you guys made poor choices 3 times in a row.
Lance asked something about how much you have to think about where you want to go to get where you're going.
Does it have to be a specific person or a place?
And he shakes his head and goes, to be honest, it's a new device. It's for fast assistance in traveling. And it is really only one way. So I would assume that the way that it's supposed to work, it is supposed to be you think of a general location and you go from there. The more specific it is, the more liable that it is to break. Or transport you somewhere you don't want to be. Ah, shit. Sorry. But continue talking.
So, how focused do you need to be when you go through it?
Really, it's just thinking about it. You don't need to put all of your mana and strength into it. Just make sure you're focused enough to where your mind does not wander. So, what do you do, Helia?
I'm not quite sure that Helia trusts herself to go through it, you know?
Would it help if we held hands?
Why would Razz, what? Explain your logic here.
I don't know. I don't have. This is why. This is why.
In the same sentence. You don't
This
get
is
it.
why I didn't just jump in. There's not a lot of logic to that thought. I don't know.
You're doing your best?
Yeah. Sure.
You should believe in yourself a little bit more, Razz.
Hey now.
What do you do? Even though this is on a different map right now. Do you think of Lex or the Royal Kingdom of Light? Or wherever?
I mean, Helia can try to think of the kingdom and not let her mind wander.
It doesn't take much. But do you actually step through alone or with Razz?
Alone, because she doesn't want... If her mind wanders too much, she doesn't want Razz to end up somewhere Razz doesn't want to be.
Alright. So you go to the Royal Kingdom of Light. Razz,
Yes.
what do you do?
I go to the Royal Kingdom with my brother, Helia. Now, you know.
Alright, so we're on
Other
this map.
arms.
And you guys are slightly winded, and you have startled the first guard who is seemingly just stepping into position as you just kind of appear there.
Poof.
He goes, whoa, 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 are you alright?
Pending.
Relatively crazy shift, huh?
I can't even respond for this dude. He's literally just like, hello? Like,
Tsubasa just
Aster
pending.
in full it's time to fuck with people vibes walks up, grabs him by the shoulder and goes, "The mushrooms are too much, man," and is gonna walk in.
Aster! Tsubasa is going to follow, and as he's passing by the guards, just, I'm sorry for him, please don't actually listen to what he's saying.
I'm currently
go ahead, Arthur.
Oh, go. Okay, go.
As you enter the room, or at least the main entranceway, you hear a conversation between three people. And it's muffled, but you definitely hear Lex. Just going, I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you for your courtesy and your kindness. But I really... And then you hear the interruption of, boy, don't you start with me.
I think Lex already has visitors.
That stopped us before?
No.
What kind of babies in here?
Tsubasa totally still has has trouble with him, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's just coming in with this tiny black cannon.
So, you hear this conversation in full now as Mama Baker has been chewing him out for trying to go onto a mission before he's fully recovered, or at least chewing out the people who are trying to do that, and he knows he can turn it down but won't. And there's that woman again with the blonde hair and the military uniform, and she's silent for the time being but is keeping watch on Lex. And Toro just goes "Ah!" at you guys.
Yeah. Tsubasa does wave at Toro, it's just like, hey Toro.
Or sort of point at the Vivian and be like, "You, I need to talk to you. Very important."
Huh? What?
She looks at you, raises a brow, like, at first it's just one, then it's just the insistence on her. He goes, what you want?
Very important matters.
So it would seem. And looks at Lex and goes, don't get into any trouble.
I think normally
No
people...
promises.
Tsubasa just quietly behind Arthur, just, I think people normally explain more of what the serious matters are.
Nah, it's alright, kid. I've known some of what you're getting into.
Oh,
Is that other Lex in my head right now? Is he currently connected at the moment?
No, but you can try and get his attention.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
Fuck. It's gonna roll bad. Oh, okay, not bad.
So with an 18, it doesn't take you long because in your state of she's here, fucking help me, fucking what am I supposed to say here? You just hear the like you don't remember what I told you? As there's a lean against your shoulders again.
In his mind. I remember I had to find her and tell her something. I don't remember specifically.
Tell her that Aos sent you.
Ayo sent me awkwardly.
She looks startled for a moment. Genuinely startled. Aos, I don't... Shit. You met the kid?
Mm-hmm. I also know what
Yeah.
the third one is.
Yeah? Should I be concerned?
In what way?
You seem to be driven half out your mind.
It's just a lot of information.
Yeah, maybe you should sleep on it. I'll be around. Especially now that I know you got target spot on Aos.
What's this? You got a schedule so I can look at?
No, why would I give you my schedule? Even my
Uh,
damn commander don't got it.
so I just gotta guess.
I'll be around. I gotta make sure this dumbass don't do stupid shit.
Okay.
And then it's just like, I can take care of myself. Boy, if you don't. And then just the continued chewing out of a grandma. Just like, pay attention to me. We're having a conversation. I don't care if you're trying to bicker with me. I know that I'm right because you're the one that can barely stand up straight. That kind of energy.
even Tsubasa over here is just like, Lex, please, at least just take a couple more days.
Hey, Lex?
Yeah?
You know Zippy and I physically can understand Zippy, right?
Yeah.
The moment he ran to me, he snitched on you so fucking hard. Forgive my French, by the way, ma'am.
Boy, that ain't French. You wanna hear some French?
Oh,
And
we
then she
might,
just laughs.
we might be.
Oh shoot. Is your friend?
Alexios, is Ambrosi the like preferred last name you want to hear right now?
What do you mean?
Because I might have to.
I don't.
You don't want to be on 24-hour watch, right?
No.
Then stop trying to train in the fucking morning.
Lex, you need to take better care of yourself.
I do. I just
Immediately
have a
gets
mission.
he immediately gets fixed with the look of, no, you don't. That doesn't count.
Autistic immunity. He doesn't understand it.
He's still getting the look.
Alexios?
Yeah?
Okay, do you know what happens when you have breakfast and dinner but not lunch?
No.
You
Miss,
get
what's your name?
hungry.
Just call me Miss Baker.
Miss Baker? Do you happen to be a parent?
I am.
Please knock some fucking sense into him.
No!
Hey, it ain't a bad thing.
No!
He being dumb.
I mean, that's not the point!
Look, how do I put this? You need 3 meals a day, yeah? To be good, ready to train, all that?
Arthur, you know this conversation quite well because you've had it like 3 separate times with Legs, and he's held it up for like about 3 days, and then he forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be another one of those days of he's fine for like 3 or 4 days, and then he goes back to, smoothies and quick meals and shit like that,
Lex,
just to make sure people aren't worried.
Lex,
It's like, yeah, I get it.
you do realize if you don't take proper care of yourself and give your body a chance to properly rest, that you're just going to feel worse later, yeah?
But training makes me feel good.
Do you still feel good afterwards?
No.
Then that's
hold
not
on.
taking proper rest!
I think we can get this. Hold on. You know how you have to take a rest day every once in a while, or else you
No.
basically just... Okay, here we go.
The visible frustration from everyone.
You know the protein powder you fucking take?
I don't, actually.
This is out loud so everyone can hear. Aster goes, don't hit him, talk it through, don't hit him, it's fine.
He does
He'll
receive
understand."
light sort of like bonk on his shoulder, just like, no.
I'm talking myself down. Give me a second.
I'm helping.
Lex?
I love how you guys are literally just like, can you please take care of yourself? He's just like, I don't know what that is.
Lex?
Yeah?
You know how you are when you sleep?
No, because I'm asleep.
Rain, I'm gonna see you in about 3 days. I want you to remember this.
I want to remind him that I will also be seeing him in about 3 days.
Out of character. What if we switch up strategies?
You know what? Fuck it.
Tsubasa just
Hang
takes
out.
a deep breath and just... You know how at the end of the day you feel tired?
Sometimes?
And how if you don't sleep that night, you still feel tired the next day?
No, that's what a caffeine drink is for.
Without the caffeine.
I guess.
Oh, I got it.
You got it? You understand
got
where
it.
I'm trying to go with this?
Yep. Nope, I got it. I know how to talk to him. Hey, Lex.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Arthur needs like a day to himself sometimes?
Yeah.
Do you know what he does on those days?
Not really, I don't ask, because that's a personal day.
Exactly. You need to have a personal day where no one asks
Why?
you anything. Because you're going to fucking die. No. Nice
Because
one,
if you
nice.
don't maintain your body, then then that just makes things suffer later.
I don't know. What if we
You're
threaten
taking
his
two,
job?
without a personal day. You're taking 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back, bud.
Arthur, you just hear Eos laughing.
They're trying so
That
hard.
kind of laughter?
Leave them alone. They're trying. They're making their best effort.
Yes, you are.
Okay, how about this? Lex, you know how if you use something repeatedly and don't properly take care of it, it eventually wears down and breaks? Like
That's
a
when it
sword.
gets replaced.
No!
You're
No!
talking about weapons. I know. Listen. This is a fun game. I do know what you're talking about. You guys are really easy to rile up. I know I need to take a rest day.
The moment he says, I know what you guys are talking about, Aster physically grabs him, like, on the shoulders and just starts shaking.
Whoa.
Tsubasa
Whoa,
just
whoa.
sort of smacks him on the arm, just like, no, stop that! He's supposed to be recovering!
I'm alright. Listen, Miss Baker is already ensuring that my commanders do not get on my tail about, not going on this mission. So,
What mission? They trying to put you on a mission?
yes, because I'm Lord Commander now.
But you literally just got you are still recovering.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do missions when you're recovering. Not even my mom would do that.
Well, this isn't your mom's house. Sorry.
Who? Name, please?
No, Mr. Simon already is on that one. I don't know what he's doing.
Mr. Simon. I don't know, Mr. Simon. I hope he's being blunt. No, that's rude.
Aster, maybe you should take a deep breath.
I am.
Okay. We're not. We don't want to wish violence on people, even if they are being stupid.
Hey Lex,
Mm-hmm.
can you tell me what the mission is?
Sure. I have to go to Gaia.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah? I have to go to Gaia. Mr. Simon said it's a really dangerous place that I shouldn't be going to as a kid. But that's fine.
Is it? Should Arthur know what this is?
You've heard rumors about Gaia, mostly that it's where most of, if not all of, the original materia comes from.
Oh.
Would Tsubasa be familiar with Gaia?
Only from rumors from your family saying that they fucking hate the place.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, so
'cause
Tsubasa's
it's like-
just like, what? The one place even my mom won't go to? Even my whole ass family won't touch?
The slow Aster head turn. What was that about not wishing violence on people?
We shouldn't. We shouldn't. It's rude. It's mean. I don't. Why Gaia?
I can't tell you that unless you're Arthur, who has higher rank than everyone else in this room, but it's literally just I have to, go there. It's fine. It really is. It's not that hard. I mean, Mr. Simon did say, all that, but that's fine. Just a, absent-minded, maybe it's a little harder than I thought kind of attitude.
Tsubasa shows up here just to himself. Even my parents won't touch this, and he's just being sent like it's fine? Do you even know what to expect there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen.
I know. I've done my research, don't worry about it. Much to the chagrin of Miss Baker and Miss Vivian. Which, by the way, Arthur.
Yeah.
How is your conversation with Vivian going?
I guess that's up to you, isn't it?
So, Viv has decided to ask how you know where and how, you met Eos.
I'm going to show my the mark, and Billy and say, I can hear in my head now.
Oh. Damn it. You tried to heal him?
No. I tried to alleviate the pain, which succeeded.
At least you ain't that dumb. Alright. Well, here's the thing. You kinda ran afoul of what's down there, and so did he.
Hmm.
So, I met him in one of my older missions. Because I figured out that one of the old missions for the Dark Realm involved a kid. And I wanted to see if the kid was actually still in one piece. Turns out he ain't. I just don't know what happened to him.
You
But
don't
I
know
found him.
the mission either.
According to the records, and since you have a higher rank than me, I can tell you this. According to the records, and 8-year-old Alexios Ambrosi went to the Dark Realm. As his first order of business, came back looking spiffy, nice and spanned, new, everything. But it wasn't acting right. Nobody really paid any mind. He was quieter. He was kinder. A little less stubborn. But I had to look into it. And damn, I looked into it. But he's shattered, for lack of a better term.
Right. So during that mission, something happened that shattered into 3 pieces.
3?
I got 3 pings.
How'd you do that?
Faulty teleporter accident.
Oh, you used one of those damn newfangled things, didn't you?
Yeah, it helped me with information, so it give and take a little pain, but yeah.
It ain't good for you, but I understand it. Yeah, I can go to him. I actually know how to get in and out of the dark room without any issue. So it's not so much an issue for me as I am worried about you.
Hmm.
Because you are the sole heir to the throne, or, well, one of the heirs to the throne now, from what I heard recently.
Recently?
Yep. Well, it's complicated, but if you want to go see your father, you might want to.
I should do that. I had one more question. It was...
Yep.
Wow, I'm blanking on it.
Take your time.
It's not coming back to me.
Unfortunate. Well, she does continue to relay what she knows of the Dark Realm mission that Lex went on. And it occurs to you that yes, he went on this mission, and you recall him being a little different, like everyone else had said, but not to the point that the records are saying. It seems falsified almost.
Okay.
Not in a bad way. It just seemed, at least not in a bad way for your perspective, it seemed like they were trying to manipulate the situation and make him seem worse than he actually was, to get him out of the line of duty.
Mm-hmm.
So both bad and good, because it made him out to be more of a nobody, but also he could have gotten out of the line of duty a long time ago, should he have accepted the offer and never did.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what you learn.
I guess since this Lex is being taken care of in that situation, just gestures.
Yeah, he's been doing this for a bit. Something about feeling like he needs to do something.
Hmm.
And you hear Eos speak up as he goes, yeah, that kind of happens when you're so close to your Heartless and can do nothing about it. So it's kind of an antsy feeling.
I see. Like a missing piece? Like
Yep. More or less.
positive and negative. But that's just, you know, fucking the thing that means something else.
He just chuckles of, I get you, don't worry. After all, what else is a best friend for? And that connection kind of fades. Not disappears for the time being, but does fade.
Yeah. I guess
As if to give you some reprieve from having to deal with him.
yeah. I guess I'll go check up on my dad for that information about the change in situation.
Don't wear yourself out, kid.
I'm that point today.
I will make a slight note. My sleepiness has come back.
Well, we have been at this for about 2 hours, a little over.
And we have, big things coming up.
Mm-hmm. And I have work in the morning.
So I shall stop the recording then?
If everyone's okay with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tala? Lance? Nia? Fuck. Alright. So I will go ahead and stop the